Jason, nice to meet you.
Nice
So
to
tell
meet
me
you.
a little bit about yourself and your brand.
We're Moonglade Craft Soda. We're a farmer's market inspired craft soda
Let's
from
show,
Oceanside,
I'm going to
California.
give them a close up. All right, keep going.
Yeah,
Tell us a
we're
little bit.
from North County, San Diego area. We got our start just doing farmers markets really about 10 years ago. We're a family business. Basically became obsessed with trying to find a better ginger beer. So I
Nice.
started experimenting like a lot of brands do in my kitchen. Came up with different recipes using like fresh juices and things like that.
Nice.
Researched the historical recipe for a ginger beer, that started back in the 1700s in Scotland and Britain
Wow.
and whatnot. I used to ferment it. We don't really do that anymore. It's a little difficult to keep non-alcoholic. And then we started doing farmers markets. Not everybody likes ginger, so I also started doing a root beer as well. Fast forward 10 years, we just launched our like craft line of farmers market inspired cans. So we have four
RTD.
yeah, exactly. Four RTD cans that are farmers market inspired craft sodas. They're lower in sugar than your average soda, about half. And they use organic juices, organic ginger, all organic ingredients. They're certified organic. We use a natural mushroom fiber extract as a preservative.
Wow. Okay.
Of course, they're pasteurized. They're more like craft inspired. So if you see it on the shelf, it's going to be something that's like simple that you can read and understand all the ingredients. Kind of nostalgic too. So kind of going back to what soda used to be also, but with a little hook there. Something modern too, I would say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've hinted at it a little bit here, but I'm curious, what does conscious business mean to you, and how does that play out in what you're doing?
So I would say, just as my family, my wife and I really, we've always been, I would say, conscious business owners and always wanted to give back, especially to our community. We live in a place called Oceanside. It's a really great community of artists, creators, people that just want to give back to the community and just make it a better place. So we've always started with our community first, doing events for the community, sponsoring events, donating product, things of that nature. With our product now, we've joined 1% for the planet.
Oh, cool.
To help give back to, my passion, two of my passions actually. One is agriculture, right? Farming. I've worked in agriculture for about 15 years, a park ranger and an agricultural inspector for many years. But one of the things we want to do is recognize the farmers, especially with our ginger farmers, like in Peru and areas like that, work with our suppliers to help support their sustainability goals. So with the organic ginger farmers and the regenerative agriculture and the things that they do on their farms. So support those efforts and learn how we can better help them.
Nice.
So we're going to be recognizing them on our ginger beer cans. We're going to put a little call out to them on our cans, like where the ginger comes from, kind of like on coffee, where they put the origin on there. Like this comes from La Campiña farm in the highlands of Peru or wherever.
Right.
So you can see where the ginger comes from. And then for the root beer, we'll have to think about that one. Maybe it'll be the vanilla or something of that nature. So agriculture, number one. And then number two, oceans. So we're a coastal family. We're all involved in ocean sports in some way or another. From San Diego. So we do a lot of things with the beach, and plastics is a huge one for us. So there's a couple of amazing nonprofits that help with plastic pollution in San Diego.
Nice.
And one of them I found, they find a way to recycle plastic bags. And I'm like,
oh,
how do I donate as we grow? We're going to want to support more the efforts of these nonprofits.
Well, as a fellow 1% for the Planet member, I appreciate your commitment there.
Of course.
And it sounds like you're doing a lot to give back to communities.
Yeah.
But how are you seeing your conscious business practices helping you drive revenue and profit as well?
I think it's got to be part of your mission, really, as a brand.
Like, is it helping you get into retailers? Or consumers really finding it part of your kind of what makes your brand special?
I think so, but I think it has to be part of your personal ethos too, and your brand ethos, because your brand is, you are your brand. In a way, as a founder, it can't be forced. It can't be contrived.
Aligned with your own purpose, right?
So what I'm doing is not contrived. Like, no, it is who I am.
So part of it is just that it helps fuel you and give you direction, like remind you why you're doing that.
And, I've been told no so many times. I
got to get used to
I mean, I'll be at the beach, getting out of the surf. I'll pick up plastic on the beach. I don't care if anyone's looking. I know that's not a big deal, but I'm not just saying this because I own a brand and I want to sell more of my product.
Brand and your mission and your impact are just kind of extensions of who you are.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So what kind of innovations have you had to come up with in order to create the product you're creating, or create the business you're creating, or the supply chain you're creating?
I always say I wouldn't be here if I didn't keep improving. So iterations, it's all about the iterative process. I hate to say it, but I probably would have given up if the iterative process wasn't a thing, right? So every
Yeah.
time I do something, I'm like, I have to keep going because it's so much better. And I know how to improve that last whatever product. So one of the improvements we've made, having an organic beverage without getting too into the weeds here, is we've been able to increase our carbonation level. It's hard to do with an organic beverage because of the way that pasteurization is done. They send it through a tunnel.
Oh,
When it goes through a tunnel,
that's why.
it sends the carbonation level down really low. You don't want a flat root beer.
Right.
Nobody wants that. So we found another co-packer that uses a different process. And also we added unique mushroom fiber extract as a
Yeah, that was
preservative. A
interesting.
tiny little drop per can. It's the white button mushroom you get in your salad. It's the leftovers. It's a company called Shinova out of Canada. You use a drop in the can. There's no flavor or anything, and it helps preserve it, keep it shelf stable and fresh.
That's amazing. I love preservative-free foods, but
Yes.
often that just like reduces your shelf life and other
Yeah.
things. And there are some natural preservatives,
Yeah.
obviously, but I hadn't heard of the
It's
mushroom
amazing.
one before. So that's
I'm
really cool.
surprised that you don't see it more. So
Yeah. Well, you're innovating there.
yeah.
Right? So speaking of innovation, we're here at Natural Products Expo West. What kind of innovation are you seeing in the industry that you feel is driving meaningful change and not just like, hot new protein chips or something?
Right. Some of the innovation just being on the beverage side, seeing some of the beverages like that my broker's been working with. I saw one last night. There was a cortisol stress reducer.
Nice.
So after you
We
do
all
a
need that right
workout,
now.
yeah, after you do a workout, like I do jujitsu, which is kind of stressful, right? Like if you have a class late at night, it takes a long time to calm down. So there's this product, I'm going to get the name wrong, KAEX, 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 shout out. They're made in like Switzerland. Anyway, the guy is super nice. He's here in Orange County. Talked to him last night. Really innovative product. It has a host of vitamins and minerals that help reduce your cortisol stress levels. I've never heard of it. I thought it was amazing. I got another friend that has a hydration product, super simple, real basic, and something I would drink as a hydration product. That's great, called Level. Just being on the floor, I'm sure I'm going to see a lot of innovative products. Lots of protein, lots of pickles. Anything with pickles, I love.
So we're here with Naturally Network as well. How has the Naturally Network supported your journey?
Man, I speak very highly of Naturally Network. They've been amazing. I joined them a couple of years ago. I kind of was like in and out, and I wasn't too involved because I had other stuff going on. But now that I'm back in this, really ramped up our CPG, our cans, and launched, I got more involved. And right away, I made some amazing connections with a couple individuals, and one individual that I was able to meet with and talk about our strategy for growth. That really solidified our strategy. Because before that, I was like bouncing ideas off my wife, and she's like, I don't know. We need to talk to someone who knows what the heck is going on. So luckily, I found this person, and we had a half an hour meeting, and super helpful and open. And she's part of the Naturally Network, and I'll probably hopefully meet her here. And she just gave me some like real clear goals and strategy that I felt I've never had before, and just gave me a ton of confidence. And without Naturally Network, we wouldn't have had that. So thank you.
Awesome. And how can the community support your next phase of growth or your mission?
I would just say, as the community, look for products that are real. Read the ingredients, do a little bit of research. I know there's tons of products out there, but you can usually tell by face value.
Real tastes different when you finally find a real product. It just has so much more authentic and vibrant flavor that doesn't feel like it's contrived or manufactured,
And you can tell if it's from a family. I mean, if it came from a family and a farmer's market, it's probably pretty real.
Yeah.
No.
And where do people go to find more information about your brand?
Best place, probably our website, moongladesoda.com or drinkmoonglade.com. We're also on Instagram, Moonglade Soda. And then we're launching, and we're about 150 natural food stores right now. We're going to be mainly on the West Coast and also New York City. We're new at KHE this month, so we're in about 5 different distribution centers. We're expanding quite rapidly.
All right. Well, thanks for taking some time to share your story with us, and good luck with the
Really
Expo.
appreciate it.